Remember the University of Georgia teaching assistant who tweeted, "Fighting white people is a skill, and some white people may have to die"? Well, he went on a radio show this week and clarified that he does not rule out violence as an appropriate way to deal with oppressors. Let's check it out. I've got to be honest with you, University of Georgia TA Irami Osei-Frimpong doesn't seem to be a big fan of whitey. Last year on Twitter, he compared Southern whites to sociopaths and autistic kids. Facebook suspended him in November for a post in which he said, "We have to dismantle the institutions that make crappy white people." You'd think Irami might settle down after that incident, but he was back this month saying some white people may have to die for black communities to be made whole in this struggle to advance to freedom. He also had this gem: "Fighting white people is a skill. Really, it's one reason I'm in support of integrated schools. You have to get used to fighting white people." Irami then quoted a psychologist who said, "Blacks kill blacks because they have never been trained to kill whites." That tweet has since been deleted, but Irami didn't entirely back down during an interview on WGAU with host Tim Bryant.
Are you advocating for nonviolence?
Yeah, and so far as, okay, so what we have to understand about nonviolence.
So that's a yes or no. Why does that need a caveat? Do you advocate for nonviolence?
Insofar as it's a transformative process that depends on the shaming of the oppressors. It's just an open question.
So you're not ruling out violence?
No.
Right, so violence is sometimes acceptable against the oppressors, according to Irami.
Violence against him?
Whoever the oppressors may be. But if they cannot be shamed, because violence is always going to be a second best option because it doesn't have the same kind of transformative power that nonviolence does. So the aim is nonviolence. It's just an open question. Have we made a white culture that is able to be shamed?
So violence is acceptable if shame doesn't work. So we'll first try to shame you out of voting for Donald Trump, but if that doesn't work, TA uses the example of lynching, claiming that mobs can't be won over with words. And it's true that we use the threat of state violence as a means of dissuading crime. But here's the thing, Irami conflates state violence and extrajudicial violence when it's convenient for him.
The question about violence not having any place on the university campus is a little bit dubious because we have an ROTC.
The University of Georgia originally said that Irami had made his social media remarks in a personal capacity and not as part of his job, but announced on Sunday that it was looking into options it can legally take under the First Amendment. Something tells me the reaction would be just a bit stronger if the races were flip-flopped and this were a white TA making anti-black remarks. For Campus Unmasked, I'm Rob Shimshock. If you like this video and support our mission, please make sure to comment and subscribe. If something happens on your campus and you'd like us to investigate, send us details using the form on campusunmasked.com.